Good evening, YouTubers. Yes, I know I already posted a video today, but that was before I found the content for Dipshits of the Internet Part 4. Okay? Now, like I stated in my earlier video today, I will be including this disclaimer in all of my videos. And like I said in my earlier videos, I do cuss a lot, I do swear a lot. So if you're not okay with your children hearing that, by all means, don't let them watch my content. I'm perfectly fine with that. Does not bother me. Okay? Like I said, I know a lot of parents aren't okay with that. That's cool. Okay? I'm all for it. Anyway, back to the topic of discussion. Dipshits of the Internet Part 4. Now, I lost the news story before I could copy the link and put it in the description. Once I find it again, I will leave it in the comments below so you guys can read this story for yourself. Okay, but this news story isn't about anyone in particular, just about the fact that some fucking idiot decided to come up with this fucking doozy, thinking people would buy it, and people actually are. In this news story, it states that the moon's surface is currently overrun by an entire species of toad that was introduced to the lunar environment back in the Apollo 17 mission. Okay. First of all, the Apollo 17 mission launched on December 7th, 1972. At the time, we didn't have the equipment to bring small rodents or plant life or anything like that into space with us. Okay, the technology we had to go into space could barely support us for long periods of time in that environment. Not only that, okay, but the surface of the moon can reach a temperature in the daylight of up to 260 degrees Fahrenheit in the daylight. Okay? In the shade, the temperature of the moon's surface plummets to 280 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? Give me an idea of how cold that is. Normal freezing temperature is negative 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? And it's currently probably about 10-15 degrees out where I live right now, which is why you guys can see my breath. See? Okay? It is below freezing where I live right now. This moon's surface in the shade can get to negative 280 degrees. Okay? That is instantaneously freezing. Okay? But this fool wants people to believe that there is an entire species of frog living on the lunar surface right now in a vacuum, okay? For those of you who don't know, a vacuum is an environment that is devoid of all oxygen, okay? It is devoid of all oxygen. There is nothing to breathe in outer space. Which is why when astronauts go into space and they leave the safety of their space shuttle or the space station, they have to wear these special suits, okay? A special pressurized suit. And scientists have theorized, they haven't tested this theory, okay? But scientists have theorized that if an astronaut's suit was to depressurize in the vacuum of space, the person would instantaneously freeze. But yet there is an entire species of frog currently living on the moon in the vacuum of space. right now. Now, most of us have seen those sci-fi movies and TV shows where space explorers have come across some random living creature that can survive in the vacuum of space, okay? Like, I was just watching Star Trek The Next Generation on Netflix a while back, and there was these jellyfish-like creatures that could live in the vacuum of space, okay? In Star Wars Episode 4, there was this worm thing that was living in the crater of an asteroid in the vacuum of space. Hell, I'm currently playing a video game on PlayStation, Destiny 2, where we are currently fighting an alien race on the moon, and they don't need protective equipment. Okay, so yes, there's sci-fi movies, games, TV shows that depict an alien race that can survive in the vacuum of space. However, that is science fiction, not science fact. It is impossible for a carbon-based life form that needs oxygen to breathe, or needs something to breathe, to survive in the vacuum of space, okay? Toads are an amphibious species, which means they can survive on land and water, okay? But they are amphibious, which means they still need to breathe oxygen, okay? They still need to come to the surface of water to breathe air. They cannot breathe water. But this wingnut who wrote this story, if I remember correctly, this news story was published on the website theonion.com. Okay, again, that website is theonion.com. Okay, and people are actually buying this news story. Okay, they are buying it, that that the moon's surface is currently overrun by an entire species of toad that was introduced to the lunar environment back in the Apollo 17 mission. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Haven't you people ever paid attention to science class? That's impossible. A species that needs to breathe air cannot survive in a vacuum. Okay, space is a vacuum. It is devoid of anything to breathe. Okay? Seriously, we are a long way off from ever being able to prove science fiction to be science fact. Okay? Yes, scientists are working on a theory of being able to travel faster than light. It is still a theory. It has been disproven at every turn. Yes, there's some wingnut out there trying to develop cybernetic integration. You know, trying to give people who have lost an arm, a leg, or an eyeball a cybernetic limb. It's not possible. Science fiction is impossible. An entire species of toad cannot be surviving on the lunar fucking surface. Okay, not to mention how the fuck would anybody know that an entire species of toad is living on the fucking moon, considering nobody has been to the fucking moon since the fucking 70s? Okay, the Apollo 17 mission was the last mission to the moon. Okay, NASA has not sent another exploration mission to the moon. Okay, it is not possible. Well, I mean, it is possible for us to get to the moon again. Okay, but the fact of the matter remains, it is impossible for a species of fucking toad to be surviving on the fucking moon. For one, the moon has no atmosphere. There's no atmosphere for these toads to fucking breathe. Two, there's nothing for these toads to eat. Okay, unless they're eating each other. Okay? But toads live on a diet of insects. Okay, their digestive system cannot handle meat. Okay, toads live on a diet of insects. But again, that's beyond the point. The point is the moon has no atmosphere, so they cannot be living on the moon. Not only that, but the moon has almost no gravity. Okay? Which means one little fucking hop and these toads are flying off into fucking space. Into the nothingness void of space. Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you people? I mean, the more I find these news stories and the more I see that people are actually believing these news stories, the more I lose faith in humanity because there's people actually believing this shit. Okay? Because these fucking wingnuts who are believing that there is an entire species of toad living on our moon are the same fucking wingnuts that are believing that Area 51 is housing extraterrestrial captives right now. I mean, seriously, people, use your fucking brain. An entire species of amphibian that needs to breathe oxygen to survive is living on the fucking moon? I mean, seriously, people, what the fuck is wrong with you? I mean, what the fuck? I mean, the more I think about this story, the more my fucking brain hurts trying to figure out how people can actually believe it's true. It's the moon. There is no atmosphere. There is almost no gravity. Not only that, but the conditions on the moon are harsh as fuck. Like I said, the surface of the moon in the daylight gets to about 260 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? If you're wondering how hot that is, boiling is 170 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so that means the surface of the moon gets to just under 100 degrees above boiling. Okay, not only that, but in the shade, at nighttime, when the sun goes down, the surface of the moon's temperature plummets to 280 degrees Fahrenheit. Negative 280 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? Like I said earlier, to give you an idea of how fucking cold that is, negative 30, not negative 32, sorry, but 32 degrees Fahrenheit is freezing temperature. Okay? And like I said, to give you an idea of that temperature, it is currently about 10-15 degrees in my state. And you can see my breath. I can see my breath right now. And it's not just from my cigarette. I can see my breath. Okay, but yet, supposedly, there is an entire species of toad currently living on the surface of the moon right now where there is nothing for them to eat, no atmosphere for them to breathe. Temperature gets to about 100 degrees above boiling and gets to temperatures of negative 280 degrees Fahrenheit. That is below Arctic temperatures. Okay, Arctic temperatures, if I'm not mistaken, and if there's any scientists watching my video right now, please correct me if I'm wrong, but Arctic temperatures only reach to about negative 100 degrees Fahrenheit. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I've never traveled to the Arctic. Never planned to. But anyway, y'all, that's my second rant of the day. Like I said, this is Dipshits of the Internet Part 4. I'm currently weeding through another few new weird news stories for Dipshits of the Internet Part 5. Once I weed through them, I'll post them. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, drop a comment below what you guys think I should rant about in my next video, or if you guys find another news story I should rant about, drop me a comment below and I'll look into it. Anyway, y'all, it's your boy Jim coming at you, and I will catch you next rant. Peace out.